Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to do a quick video that I've been promising since forever. Actually, I've been promising 2 videos. I'm gonna do one today, and if I have time, I'm gonna do the other one, another time. I'm sorry for the AC. The AC is on, so probably you hear the background noise. That's the AC, y'all. I'm sorry. Should I turn it off? Wait, let me turn it off. I just sat down and I talked for a good 2 to 3 minutes. I didn't know that my phone wasn't recording. Can you imagine? Anyways, today's video is gonna be about things that I wish I knew when I was getting ready, when I was studying for NCLEX. I'm gonna get three tips in this video for you, and these tips are tips that I wish I knew when I was getting ready for my NCLEX. Tip number 1 is don't use too many resources. I made that mistake the first time I take the NCLEX, and I noticed a lot of nursing students tend to make that same mistake. Some of them want to buy UWAR, simple nursing, actual, Kaplan, this one, McCormick, Sanders, all the resources known to the world for NCLEX. Everyone want to get it, and that is not effective. You just want to waste your money, and you are not going to retain anything, because you're going to feel overwhelmed, and you don't want to feel overwhelmed, because once you feel overwhelmed, you started doubting yourself, and once you start doubting yourself, you become defeated, and you don't want to feel like that when you're taking NCLEX. You want to feel motivated, because if you can go through nursing school and graduate, you should be able to take the NCLEX and pass. Doesn't matter, you take it on your first, second time, whatever, you have to, because it's literally what nursing school prepare you for. So too many resources will exhaust your brain. You're going to waste so much money on them. It's not effective at all, because you end up not going to be using a lot of those resources, so they are just going to waste, and you're not going to find one thing to stick to. You're going to jump to Sanders today, jump to UWA the next day, jump to Actual the next day. That is not effective. So just don't do that. Find like 2 or 3 resources that can work for you and stick to them. When I was taking the NCLEX, the first time I did that too, my friend was using this one, so I will have to use this other resources too. Some were doing someone would say, "Oh, have you tried this other person?" They say, "Oh, I was just all over the place," and I ended up when I was taking my NCLEX for the first time, I had this deep feeling that I wasn't absolutely ready. But when I take it anyways, and I didn't pass. The second time was when I passed. The second time, I just used 3 resources. I went to NCLEX review. Shout out to Dr. K. And I used UWAR, and I used Sanders. So anytime I go to the review, whatever they discuss in class, when I go home, I'm going to read that in Sanders, and I'm going to do UWAR. I was in the review for like a couple of weeks before I got my before Dr. K suggested I get my UWAR, and I started doing it. I finished UWAR 2 times. I went through UWAR 2 times. I did 75 questions every day, because you want to build your resistance to sit in one place. Some people, when they stay in one place for 1 or 2 hours, they start to become exhausted mentally, and you don't want to do that, because when you go take the NCLEX, you have to sit down to one place for a long, for a couple of hours, and you have to be able to have the ability to stay focused and read the question and know what they are saying. So usually they'll say, "Oh, do 75 questions every day to build your endurance," and that's what I did. I didn't the first time I didn't use too many, and then now someone suggests the material to me. I said, "Oh, that's fine." I said, "Oh, that's fine. Thank you though, but that's fine. I'm going to stick to what I'm using now and take it this time and see how I do." That was my response. Because at first, when I was first getting ready for the NCLEX, someone said, "Oh, have you tried this thing?" I buy it. "Have you do the one?" And I wasted so much money. But anyways, to conclude, find 2 or 3 resources that you're going to stick to, and try to go through them. Take your own note, go through them. Don't overexhaust your brain by getting so much resources and wasting money, because it's not going to help you for your NCLEX. Okay. Number 2 is Find a steady schedule. Don't be inconsistent. Inconsistency is one of the is one of the things that's is gonna be or it's gonna stop you from passing your NCLEX. You don't want to study today and then tomorrow don't study and then the next day study. No, find a schedule. If you work, create a schedule that is unique to your lifestyle and stick to that schedule. If you're going to read this time of the day, read that time of the day. If you're going to do question this time of the day, do question that time of the day. Everything doesn't come easy to you. You have to make sacrifice for things that you really want in life. They are not just going to hand it over to you. So you have to make sure you are studying consistently at a consistent time. You can go to the library. Usually I used to go to the library because when I stay home, I'll fall asleep. I'm not going to study when I stay home. When I stay home, I will get on my phone and I will get on Instagram. Before I know, 3 hours, 2 hours have gone by, and I'm like, what? I just don't know. Don't stay home. If you can, because they do have some people that can put their phone down and not touch it, actually focus. But if you're one of those people that when you stay home, you're gonna end up getting on your phone, go to the library. Once you go to the library, the environment will encourage you to study. Find a spot in the library and go there and try to focus. Don't go to the noisy part of the library. Go to where it's quiet and where you will see people studying. You have to be consistent, okay? Consistency is key to success. Anything that you want, you have to be consistent. To lose weight, you have to be consistent. Even for you to graduate from nursing school, you have to be consistent, which means you have to prioritize your work. You have to prioritize your study time, all those things. So I feel like this is something that you are already aware of, being that you graduated from nursing school. You have to find a time that works for your schedule, and you have to stick to that time. You have to study consistently. Consistency is key. You have to study consistency. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about it. But find a schedule that works for you and stick to it. If you want to study at least 4 hours every day, study 4 hours every day. Set aside that time and study. Go to the library, study 4 hours every day. Study 4 hours every day. You can study Monday to Friday and rest Saturday or Sunday, or you can study from Monday to Saturday and rest Sunday. That way, you will be able to, build a routine that you're going to stick to and you're going to follow. My last point is rest your brain. As much as I'm encouraging you to follow, find a routine and stick to it, consistently steady, I also want you to take time to de-stress, rest your brain, because once you read all of this information, you need time for your brain to process all of them. Don't be like, you can study 24 hours. That's just not possible. Find a good time and rest your brain. Take 1 day or 2 days out of the week and do something fun, something that you like to do. Try to do like de-stress. I don't know, maybe read like a romance novel or workout. Do something that make you happy so you can de-stress. That way, everything you are learning, your brain is going to be processing it. Because if you overwhelm your brain too much and you don't give it time to process everything you are putting in there, nothing's going to stick. That's what happened. You see, you read and then you keep forgetting stuff because you're not giving yourself time, your brain time for you to process them. You have to give your brain time to process them. Nursing is such a vast, profession, and the NCLEX is, you don't know where your questions are going to come from. So you have to study a lot of, you have to study a lot of things. You have to know a lot. You need to know a lot of things. You need to read a lot of things and stuff like that. So after reading and stuff like that, give yourself time to rest. After reading, after reading, give yourself time to rest your brain so your brain can process it. That's I want to say tip. I don't know, but these are things that I wish I knew when I was studying for my NCLEX for the first time. To recap, don't use too much resources. it's going to make you tired, and it's going to overwhelm your brain. You're going to waste so much money because you end up not going to be you end up not going to use any of it. Find resources that work for you and stick to it. Make sure you read it and master it. Number two, find a steady schedule and stick to it. Consistency is key in studying for the NCLEX. You have to be consistent with your study in order for you to be successful. You have to consistently study. You have to put time aside for NCLEX and study. Every day you have to put time aside for NCLEX and study. If you want to put 4 hours aside, put it aside and study. And when you are studying, be focused. Put your phones away, put everything away, and just face NCLEX. The last one is rest your brain. After you do all those studying, find time to de-stress so your brain can process everything you put in there. That way, things are going to stick and you're going to remember them. If not, you're going to keep breathing and keep forgetting because you're not giving yourself time for your brain to process everything. That will be the end of my video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share the video. If you are a nursing student or new grad nursing or nurse and you are preparing or getting ready for your NCLEX, I want to wish you good luck. You can do it. You can and you will do it. Okay? If you can graduate from nursing school, I'm telling you, NCLEX will be easy cake for you. You just have to find a method that works for you and stick to it. And you have to be consistent in your study. You have to find resources that work for how you learn, stick to them, and God first, you're gonna be successful. Okay, don't panic, don't be well, I can't really say that because when I was getting ready for NCLEX, someone tell me don't panic, I'm like, oh, like it's easy, but you will be okay. Okay, you'll be okay. That's it. Bye bye, have a nice day.